What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about um what motivates me to want more out of life. I was gonna talk, yeah, what motivates me to want more out of life. One of the reasons why I want to constantly improve my situation out of life, and the reasons why I want to create a more better, loving, more abundant, more successful, more wealthy life for myself. When it comes to friendships, relationships, finances, where I live at, my lifestyle, all of that shit, health, fitness, the reasons why I want to have, I want to maximize those things to my greatest potential before I die, right? The reasons why I want to experience this shit, or the reasons why I want to aim to better my life pretty much. Now, let's get to it. Now, the reason why, because me, like, all my life, like, I'll say like 90% of my life, like, I'm always around people where I don't feel connected to them, or I don't feel like-minded like them. So that's and whenever I experience people where I don't feel that instant connection, where I don't feel that instant bond, or like there's just no like I'm always around people where like I always had to compromise for them, or I had to act a certain way towards them, and like there's a lot of things where like they'll do where I don't agree with. But yeah, I'm forced to be around those people because I have no choice because I'm not around like-minded people, or I'm not around people who think like me or who view life like me. And I've experienced that a lot with people, with a lot of people, and that shit right here, it gets me mad, it gets me angry, it makes me sad, it makes me lose hope, it makes me optimistic with life, and I'm always around just abusive, disrespectful, inconsiderate, emotionally inconsiderate, weird fucking people who like to take advantage, who likes to cross boundaries. I'm always around people like that, so just the fact that I'm constantly experiencing people like that, even with relationships, I've always been in around with like romantic partners who are like very like selfish, or very emotionally inconsiderate, who are very like narcissistic, or very cruel and cold hearted, who play a lot of mind games, who lack communication skills, and they always do some bullshit to where like I had to cut them off and shit like that. So pretty much my whole life, I'm when it comes to friends and romantic interests, I'm always around people where I don't fucking like them, or like. And I don't burn bridges with people. They burn bridges with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying, oh, I'm a, I'm a fucking angel. No, there are times where like I've made mistakes. There are times where I've hurt people. You know what I'm saying? And I don't do it on purpose or intentionally. Usually when I hurt people, or like usually when I do things I regret, it's either out of ignorance, or like I didn't know any better, or is when someone trying to start some shit with me. But even then, that's kind of justified. I'm just defending myself. But either way, is like I'm not saying I'm an angel, but like I do the best I can to treat people with respect, to treat people how I want to be treated, right? But for the most part, I'm just not around like-minded people. I'm not around people who view life like me, who have the same mindset as me. And I don't mean it in an egotistical or like art, or like in a narcissistic, selfish way. I mean in a way where like I could tell when I meet someone and I feel that connection because I've met those people online. There are people where I feel connected online, where like I feel safe to be around them, or like no, well, not be around them because I haven't met them in person, but we're like where I feel safe to kind of like um where like I just resonate with them, where I understand them because they experience similar things I've experienced, or they view life how I view life pretty much. And there are people that are like that. There are like-minded like me, or like I'm like-minded like them, or like there are people who have the same who have good chemistry with me. You know what I'm saying? There are people out there, but I haven't met those types of people in real life or in person. So like, but there are people there that do think like me, or there are like-minded like me. You know, and that gives me hope. But for the most part, I'm not around like-minded people and stuff. So just the fact that I've experienced all that, even with like family members, I'm even with, like family members, I don't feel connected to them. If anything, I came from a very dysfunctional, abusive family. So like just overall, just dealing with people, dealing with like different types of like relationships, where like either people will try to burn bridges with me, they try to disrespect me, or like they try to cross boundaries with me, or like they'll try to take advantage of me in some way, or like they're trying to project. I've dealt with a lot of people projecting their bullshit onto me, I've dealt with a lot of people. They'll project their anger, their insecurities to me and shit. Bullshit. But just the fact that I've experienced a lot of those things growing up. Well, not growing up because I had some good childhood friends, but in my teens and my adult years, especially, I've dealt with people like that, and like I'm just so fed up. I'm so angry. There are times where I'm usually alone, or like I cut, or like I don't usually fuck with people like that. I really don't. Even if I do, it's like I got to act a certain way, or like I feel like having like I just feel like kind of being reckless. There are times where as human beings we just want to be reckless, or like we just party, like to get drunk and shit like that. Those are the times where like I'll be around people, but for the most part, overall, hell no. Like I don't usually I'm not around people like that, and if I do, it's usually because like I crave a connection. So like at times I have to settle with like being around certain people and shit. As crazy as that may sound, yeah, like there are times where I have to settle because like all my life, like I've never been around like-minded people. I never have been around people who are like-minded like me. So like I'm forced to settle for like fucking people who I don't want to be around with. That's how it is. Um, and I'm not saying they're bad people or anything. I mean, some of them are, but I'm saying like it just gets annoying where like you're not around people where like you gotta act certain where like people you just don't vibe with them or like you just don't feel connected to them. Then you gotta act certain way and shit like that. This is annoying, man. But usually when I'm with connections, I always have to be the one that's compromised. And that's the thing too. Like I'm always around people who like if you're nice, if you're kind, they'll take advantage of it. Just for some reason, God or the universe, they always put me around very selfish, just inconsiderate, fucking just people who aren't a good fit for me. For some reason, God always puts me around these types of people. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of karma, because I've done something bad, or like God wants me to learn from these people or from these situations so I can help other people out in the future. I really don't fucking know, but this shit does get annoying, and it's shit like that where it really pisses me off because like I've put in so much work. I feel like I've done so much healing work to where I deserve good connections, but for the most part, no, I'm around shitty connections, and that in itself really pissed me off. So that what motivates me to want more out of life. It what motivates me to become successful. So like one day I could be around the right types of people who are actually good for me, and people who are actually bad for me. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, but also what also motivates me more out of life is finances and money. So growing up, I'm not poor or anything. I consider myself as like a middle class. Um, and I'm currently in the military, so like I'm not struggling financially like that. But there are times where like I can't afford to have the things I want because of money. For example, a car. Like I want a decent fucking car, but I can't even afford that due to finances. If anything, I had to buy a used fucked up car, and I don't want that shit. I want a new car, my own car. Where like that's like a very big car. It has a lot of gas mileage. It's like a very nice car. But in order for me to get that, I had to work I had to wait years for that shit, and I don't fucking like that. And like there are other times where like I can't afford to buy a house, I can't afford to live on my own, I can't afford to have certain clothes I want to wear, or like just shit like that where I'm always had to budget, always had to like watch my finances. I do struggle with like overspending. I do struggle with like um um spending a lot or like ordering a lot of stuff. Um and that really um like I'm really bad at saving pretty much. So that in itself really motivates me to want more out of life to where like I never want to be put in a situation to where like if I want something I can't afford it. I don't like that feeling. I want to be in a position where like if I want something I could get it, I could buy it at an instant, right? Um and also so I could help other people as well. But for the most part, I'm just so tired of like and obviously it's not just me experience. A lot of people can relate. A lot of people could experience this shit as well to where like they're so restricted by finances, by money in some way, where like money kind of controls their life, or like because it's how this world is. We're all forced to do things we don't want to do because of money. We're forced to be around people because of money. People make decisions that's harmful for them because of money. You know, it's crazy how much money controls people, but it's how it is, and that's what motivates me to want more out of life. Because like I don't want finances. I'm so tired of finances being and money. The reasons why I'm miserable or like why I'm down and out in life because of financial restrictions and shit, right? Um, and I'm so fed up with it. Also, what motivates me to want more out of life is the I'll say just being around very again, it deals with people. Like I've been around dysfunctional family members, I've been around abusive family members, I've been around narcissistic, selfish, uh, romantic partners and shit. And like I'm just so over the disrespect, I'm so over all the shit they put me through. There are times where like my family members or like mother, she threw away like over like $5,000 worth of nice clothes while I was away from the house. She would lie to other family members about me. Like I don't want to get into other details about it, but like just know that like, and it's not just her, it's my siblings. They laid hands on me. Um, my stepfather, he laid a hand on me. Um, a lot of projection, a lot of physical and mental violence I had to deal with while I was living with my family at the time. But I cut all them off. I fucking blocked all their contacts. I want nothing to do with them. There's a lot more too, but I just don't want to get more into detail. But I've also dealt with a narcissistic romantic partners too, to where like a lot of disrespect, a lot of emotional immaturity, and like I'm just so fucking pissed to where like I'm constantly experiencing bullshit to where like I'm dealing with like just shitty people. It's like I'm always in a constant cycle of dealing with like I'm always in a constant cycle of dealing with like shitty people, and I'm just so over that shit. And I want to say it's a blessing because I don't view painful, harmful shit as a blessing, so you can better your life. But I feel like you could try to turn any poor or painful situation that you've experienced for the better. You know what I'm saying? So like, for example, the fact that I'm constantly around people like that, it gives me the motivation, it gives me the extra drive to work extremely hard so I can become successful to the point where like I don't got to deal or don't have to be forced to be around people that are like that. Instead, I could one day I could work so hard and be successful to the point where like I can manifest connections and people that are actually good for me. People that will respect me and I will respect them, and it's an equal give and take. And there's no like, there's what's the word? There's no there's the word. There's no fuck. What's the word? Give me 1 second. There's no. That's not the word, but there's no plot or there's no like secret plan to where like they're trying to do something against me. You know what I'm saying? There's there's no agenda. That's what I'm looking for. There's no agenda. It's just innocent, loving connections, equal give and take between me and that person, um, both with like romantic partners and with friendships as well. Where like there's equal give and take. There's a lot of respect. There's a lot of understanding. There's a lot of again just respect, emotional intelligence, and boundaries. For both people. That's how it is, man. But yeah, those are the two main factors: is money and people. These two are the main factors of why I want to why it, why I'm so money, finances, and people are the reasons why it gives me the extra drive, the extra motivation to want more out of life, to where I can improve my situation. I'm gonna talk about the spiritual aspects as well. There are times where I've experienced a lot of spiritual um physical symptoms to where like I've experienced being in multiple like soul ties, or like I've been energetically stuck to like my past exes, past karmic soulmates, even with my twin flame. I've experienced being in multiple soul ties, energetic soul ties and shit like that. I've experienced irregular heartbeats, rapid heartbeats. I've experienced like where I can't get certain people out of my mind, especially with like romantic partners where I can't get them out of my mind. I've experienced massive headaches. I've experienced sleepless nights. I've experienced a lot of heartbreak, um, a lot of crying, um, a lot of painful emotions and trauma to where I had to release and I had to experience throughout my body, both physically and mentally, where like I had to overcome and try to release that shit that I'm still struggling today. And that like that's what and again, just the fact that I've experienced those things, it motivates me to like be successful to the point where like I don't have to experience those symptoms again. You know, what I'm saying the more I heal my body and shit. You know, but and there's a lot of other reasons too as well, like societal corruption, just world corruption, the shit that takes place in this world in this society, just and revenge. I guess revenge too. Like if you constantly experience like people who are abusing you, who are disrespecting you, or ghosting you, shit like that. That like I'm not gonna lie, I want revenge. And people say revenge is a bad thing. I feel like revenge is a good thing. It depends how you use revenge. Like I'm trying to use my success, my hard work, my consistency, my drive, and my vision as revenge to like one day if I become really successful, they get to experience that shit. But even then, it's not even about that. More so, what forces me to become more successful is the fact that I don't have to be around these types of people, and I don't want to be around them any longer. I don't want to fucking be around them. I'm dead fucking serious. Like I don't want to be around these types of people I deal with in the past. At this point, I don't care if they witness my success or they see that I have the last laugh. Is at this point, I really don't. It'd be nice to experience that, but I want. But if it doesn't happen, I wouldn't mind as long as I'm successful enough to the point where like I don't have to be around these people, or like I could get away from these people both physically and energetically. To me, that'll be such a huge blessing in a way, and that's what motivates me to want more out of life. You know, just my upbringing and shit like that. But what also motivates me to want more out of life is to like maybe one day I make enough money to where like or either money and or like influence to where like I can help make other people's lives better, or I can make society and this world better, and adding value to this world before I die. You know, and that's what motivates me to want more out of life. But even then, like I feel like life is fun. I feel like me, I guess I consider myself competitive. I guess, but on me, I just love life. I love enjoying life. I really appreciate life. I love working out. I love fitness. I love working on my goals. I love being disciplined. That comes in natural. So like, I just love doing it. So if I partake in a routine to where like I enjoy what I do, and I'm gonna constantly keep on doing it because I love what I do. You know, um, I love competition. I love sports. Like I played sports growing up, so like I love being competitive like that and stuff like that. I mean, there are times where like I'm lazy, or I don't feel like doing anything, which is natural. Everyone feels like that, you know. It's always good to like to attack life, and it's also good to rest and recover and just to enjoy life. But more so, follow your passions, do what you love, do what you want out of life. You know, live life however you want to live. Just make sure you're staying safe. Um, don't get to trouble, but just enjoy life, live life on your own terms. Have courage, have confidence, always believe in yourself. Always be around the right types of people. Always have a vision in life, and just know that like you're not alone, and that like any obstacle you're experiencing, you will overcome it. And that's pretty much what life is all about. You know, enjoy life and have fun. Don't forget to have fun. It's always good to work hard, but it's always good to have fun. Just experience life. You know, experience the present moment, and just do what you love. And I'm out. Peace.